And we're back. Now, by popular demand, we have decided to repeat the interview we had with advocate Kwababana from the world of boxing, who also wears another hat, that of the chairperson for the Commission of Coaches on Western Cape Provincial Sports Council. We'll take a look at that interview right now. And we're back. You're tuned into Sport Federation TV. In studio with me now, once again, advocate Kwababana from the world of boxing. Nice to have you back.
It's always a pleasure to come to the studios, and I'm hoping that you're going to invite me again.
I don't think we'll have much of a choice. Hey, you're going to be back here. You wear so many different hats in the world of sports. Let's focus on the one in boxing now. What's your involvement currently?
The one in boxing is actually, it happens to be my fundamental of involvement in sports, because it was the only sport that I could be involved in administration after I was actually a boxer myself. So the involvement that I have currently, as I said, it was actually administratively, so it actually goes deeper than just to go on paper-based kind of an approach. I need to ensure that the same administration that we need to ensure on our levels is actually inculcated within the coaching, within the refereeing, and officials at large.
We spoke a lot about coaching the last time you were here and the need for coaches, etc. Have there been any developments in that regard?
There has been developments, specifically in coaching boxing. We have actually qualified about 10 coaches at national level that actually came from the Western Cape. That is actually testament of our project, which we started 2 years ago, where we actually wanted the coaches from club level to qualify, so that they can actually get an opportunity to qualify at provincial level. We knew that if they would be able to do that, they will be they could be able to go at national level and get easily qualified.
That's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing to have a goal and realize that goal. Hey, so I'm sure a lot of people are excited now about the prospect of developing as coaches as well.
Yes, they are excited, because we've been also receiving invitations. People have been asking us, when is the next course?
Yes.
But you actually want to make it even accessible to everyone. We don't want people to only go to coaching only because they're actually part of a boxing team, but we want people like, of course, like your teachers, like people that are responsible for organizations that deals with children, to actually take interest in boxing through coaching as well.
Right. Are these registered or accredited qualifications?
Yes, they are very much accredited, because our system that we employ, it actually comes from our international organization. Now, the pathway of growth as a coach, it starts from club level. You need to start at club. You can't jump. Everything goes with step by step. So it starts from club level, district level, provincial level, national level. After national, you also get opportunities to have accredited qualification known as Star 1, AIPA Star 1.
Yes.
And the second one would be AIPA Star 2. But the last one is actually called AIPA Star 3, where you can become an instructor. As such, you can actually be called in any country to conduct same trainings.
That is excellent. This is truly I would say boxing is now a role model to other sports federations who are experiencing the same issues, because you can't get development off the ground without the coaches. And what is your hat that you wear in Western Cape Provincial Sports Confederation?
Okay, fortunately for me, the experience that I actually got within the confederation, because I'm the chairperson for the confederation, we have actually looked at issues of actually employing or maybe implementing the national coaching policies.
Right.
And now you will actually agree with me that from sporting code to another sporting code, it becomes different, the way of coaching. But the fundamentals are, we need to ensure that we collect our data properly.
Yes.
Because our data will actually give us indication as whether are we improving in getting all our athletes to qualify for big national games, international games. Now, when you look at those statistics, they'll be able to tell us whether we need to actually to get assistance, or maybe to improve, or where to improve. So from the side now of the confederation, we said we want to focus first on how do we get our administration better, because our sporting codes are actually doing well, and Western Cape happens to be one of the sporting federations that are actually putting more efforts.
And imagine how much better they would do if we actually had coaches, in all the different sports.
That's where exactly we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
We want to be able to keep data of all our coaches. We want to see them improving, and as such we can only monitor them.
We want to accredit the coaches.
Accredit the coaches, and because there was actually instruction right now that each and every coach that would have got a national qualification from any federation, that national federation must actually submit to the provincial federation a certificate or maybe something that can indicate that accreditation.
Well, I'm going to delve a little bit now into actual coaching and the parameters in which coaches need to operate. I mean, being legally trained as well. There's also things like the Child Protection Act and all of that needs to be taken into consideration, because you can't have just anybody working with young children.
Yes. It's a process that we still need to actually teach our federations. I like the fact that you actually brought it up yourself, because whenever it is actually brought up by people of my likes as an advocate, it's always looked at as I'm trying to actually close gaps for other coaches. We do understand that our sports can actually play a role in restorative justice, but we must also keep in mind that there are perpetrators that are on the register, for example, for sexual offenders or for national protection register. Now, in terms of the act, in terms of the court order, we have a duty as sport people to ensure that whoever that will be dealing with our children is vetted. And
it is our responsibility.
It's our responsibility, because if anything happens, who will be liable? The person that will be liable will be me, or it will be you as a sport person.
Yes, we cannot create a medium where criminals can operate undetected.
Agree.
Yeah. No, excellent. It's so inspiring to hear what boxing is doing. And let's shift back to boxing itself now.
Yes.
And I know it's difficult because you have all of these different hats that you wear, but they're also interlinked and they're part of the bigger picture. Hey, what is your development efforts now like in boxing?
I'm proud to say, as boxing, we have managed to actually change or maybe improve our corporate identity. You can actually see the beautiful blazer that I'm wearing. It actually represents the same emblem that we use as a confederation, because this unifies all our districts within the Western Cape. But more importantly, it also has two figures of boxers, which represents boxing. Now, we have to change each and every way in which we actually show up to the public. So the public, the way they see boxing right now, it's totally different from what they used to see boxing, I would say 10 years ago. And the only thing that we need to do is to actually up the level right now.
Up the ante.
As you would have heard from the expectation of our boxers, they want to compete internationally.
Yes.
So we can only provide skills for them to be able to go internationally.
Yeah, so we know what the need is.
Yes.
Now it's just developing the strategies to achieve that. Hey, well, always a pleasure to chat to you, Advocate Kwababana. And yes, you must come back so we can talk some more, and you can inspire the rest of the federations to get their programs off the road. Okay, after the break, we'll be talking some other sports, and we hope you'll return once again.
Thanks a lot.
Right, and that's a wrap for tonight. Remember, you can catch the show every Friday night on channel 263 DSTV, repeated Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Whatever sport you're playing this weekend, lekker speel. And if you haven't found a sport yet, we hope you find a sport that's just perfect for you. I'm DSTV Ch263. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.